I'm Andy, and this is Krista. We're the Dollmans. I've lived here since 2000. We got married in 2001. We lived in this general community within a 1-mile radius since 2004. We've lived in the current place where we live for about the past 3 years, and felt that God was calling us not only to this neighborhood, but actually to this lot and to this actual house. We didn't have a place to go, and this was the only place available in the school where we wanted our kids to go. And we felt that God was asking us to be the gatekeepers of our neighborhood. And that was confirmed by one of our pastors who heard the same thing, and also by our realtor, Bob Lehman. So here we are.
It's not really what I thought I was praying for, but when God said, this is where I want you, and this is where I'm calling you, I said, but God, it's not, I don't want to live on Williams Grove Road. I've actually lived on Williams Grove Road for my entire life. What he very specifically shared with me was, I want you to say yes first. I want you to say yes to me. I want you to say yes to the calling that I have on your life, on Andy's life, on your children's lives, and then everything else will come. Loving on people is hard. It's very hard, and it's very tiring at times. But I just want to be obedient to him. I just want to do what he's asking me to do. If that's having snacks for the entire neighborhood of kids, I'll do that.
How many kids in this neighborhood?
Well, at any given time, there could be 12 to 15 kids.
And I love to come home and see 12 kids playing basketball in our driveway. Half of them don't even live in our neighborhood, but they're walking here from somewhere else just to make connections and to have fun. And I think where we live and where God has placed us has just set us up perfectly for loving on people through coaching for me, and for Krista and the kids just hanging out with other families and people on the sidelines of the football game or at the baseball game. It's just been amazing to see how God works.
And I love it. Like there's nothing that Andy and I want more than to have all of those kids. Another way is through Peace Promise and through Change Purse. And so on a given Thursday night when I go out for outreach, I leave at 8 o'clock at night to go to the clubs in downtown Harrisburg, and that love looks very, very different. Loving those women is just some of the most fulfilling, amazing times that I have ever had and will ever have in my life. And it's really important for us, for our kids' sake, because that's what we want our kids to know. We want them to grow up knowing this is what love looks like. We've been in relationship with one girl for 14 years now, and she calls us her godparents. So all our kids know, especially with that relationship, is love. And it wasn't always pretty, and there were times when our kids were put out by having her around, because it's been really difficult. It hasn't looked neat and pretty. It's messy, it's ugly, it's sad, and it's been a very hard journey to watch. But we have hope. We know God's in it. We still are obedient to the things that he asks us to do. Something that God spoke to me is very clearly, he said, Krista, it's worth the risk. Me calling you walking out your calling to love others as best as you possibly can with what you know is worth the risk of you messing up, because my grace covers it. I never feel equipped. I really don't. But what I do know is that my job is to seek intimacy every single day, and to realize and find out who I am in Christ, who God says I am today. In our whole journey, in all of the stories we could tell you about loving on people and reaching out to the community and being obedient and giving of this and giving of that, But what's most important to him is me. And that keeps me going.
Loving other people is where that's the starting point. And it starts in our family and then ripples out from there. That just guides us and directs us and takes us to amazing places.